micro SD card. So I put in the card reader and I put it in the television, and I watched the Free City. Watching Free City, it was a game full of video games, the algorithms, the artificial intelligence, how the data structures work. It was a game which was cool and showing the two ways, the real life and the gaming life. So I loved the movie, and therefore the video junior, or the person who translates English to Uganda in our language to make movies simpler and also to make them like impressive, recommended a movie which was called Ready Player One. Mainly I didn't know about it, so I go and I got some money. Mainly it wasn't even there in the library where I get my movies. Mainly when I say library, it is a place like a shop to buy sugar, but that shop you can buy movies. So therefore I went there with 1,000 and said I want some movie which is called Ready Player One. So they told me that we don't have that movie, but I can go to the center where it is and I bring it for you. Mainly you need to make an order. It is now the money it adds on. So I said, okay, no problem, you go. Even if the money adds on, you bring that movie, I want to see it. Therefore the guy went, brought the movie, I paid the money. Therefore I watched Ready Player One. After watching Ready Player One, I got what we call the idea. Therefore I said, what if now I make my own video game? That was my first idea when I watched Ready Player One and Free City of Remiel. So I said, what if I make my own video game? Therefore I said, but what is needed to make a video game? Therefore I made research on video games, what is needed to make video games. I started to use what we call game engine. After the game engine have Unreal, have Unity. Therefore I said, okay. Therefore I said, what if I make my own game engine? So I found that people say that making a game engine is going to be useless. Use the engines which are there, they are good, they have a community, they have a brand, they are already there. But for me, I wanted to create something unique, something from scratch, something which it is owned by the people, or it is owned by me, but it is 100% like with unique features. I can make something unique according to the movies which I watched, Ready Player One and the Free Guy of Free City. So now I said I'm going to make now my game engine. But I said, what is a game engine made of? It's made up of what we call programming language, and mainly they use C++. And there's how I say C++, they use Python for scripting, fast development, or the fast speed. So I said, okay, now I'm going to make my own programming language. Such that I can start from the backbone. I make my own backbone. I make a programming language, I make a game engine, and I make a video game. Therefore I said, but no. Let me first wait and I see. Therefore, after watching that movie, it's where the idea came from, and it's where everything started from watching. But remember, I said from 8 years coming up to now, it was a really huge time which I needed to think about, and I went into many things to experiment with them. When I was in secondary, first year of senior one and the first term and second term in between there, I was still even not knowing where to go. I did not have the idea for creating the Neuron Innovation Network. So I was there thinking everything. The Neuron Innovation Network was not around for real, because I just created it in a few days back or a few months back. I have a good idea to create a brand like this. So from that time up to 8 years from back, I was being there figuring out where should I go. And mainly I loved everything which I went in, but I didn't like football for real, because I did not want to train too much, and I also to wear the short trousers. They were not my favorite things, but I like to support teams like Manchester City. It is my favorite team which I support. So after that, knowing that this is the team, football started liking it. My friends, the environment which I had, it was made up of people who love football. So I loved football, and I now love football because I even have my friend called John at school. He loves what we call Arsenal very much, because he even knows the fixtures, he knows the team setups. But I ask you a question, or anyone who sees this video a question in the Neuron Innovation Network: what do you like? What is your passion? And what is your like? What are your likes and dislikes? Mainly I had the likes, but I didn't know what is my passion and what should I do. So making that full research, I now knew that I need to make what we call a system and ecosystems for developers and for the persons and the creators in the world to create and give life to their innovations. That's why I came up and I made what we call the Neuron Innovation Network. So the Neuron Innovation Network, and therefore I made the Neuron Innovation team to be like the team which is going to develop the tools that we creators, developers, persons, individuals, companies, any organization will use to put their imaginations. Now, as you know where everything came from, so now you know why the Neuron Innovation Network, the Neuron Innovation team exists. Mainly, the Neuron Innovation Network is here to handle own and to manage all the projects that are going to be done with the Neuron Innovation team. And the Innovation team is here to create what we call the ecosystems for the developers, creators, people, and all companies, organizations they can try to use to innovate their code from putting anything to life. So that's all for the Neuron Innovation Network. And I'm going to be planning to put on the vision, the mission on, I'm going to create a slide and I'm going to be publishing it on the YouTube video. So that's mainly what I can tell you about the Neuron Innovation Network. I told you everything from the start up to now. How did I get the idea? The idea was mainly got from Ready Player One and Visit and Free Guy, or the same movie like that. So, what is your idea? What is your team? And what are you thinking? What is your passion? Mainly every time I'm around somewhere, I think about the Neuron Innovation Network. I think about developing new ideas, new ecosystems, because the idea does not stop on what I have told you right now. The idea is expanding every time I am here and every time I'm creating. The idea is expanding. Every time I get my phone, every time I get any book where I can learn something, I am expanding the ideas, ecosystems, creating the application ecosystems, like creating the neuron ID, creating the neuron made, the neuron chat, anything that is creating an ecosystem. So which means that neuron is going to be like groundbreaking or anything which is going to be changing the world that developers or companies will use or will try to use or will replicate, or they may change it, or maybe the world may deny it. But I am even knowing that it will be a great product because I know that I'm going to make it. Or the Neuron Innovation team will try the level best to know what the users want and to know what the customers like, because I know that the customers are the boss and not the boss to be the boss of the customers, but the customers are the boss and they know what they want because they are the ones who are going to use the products of the Neuron Innovation Network. So welcome to the Neuron Innovation Network. Now you know everything about the channel, everything what we're going to be talking about. So let's dive in the Neuron Innovation Network, innovation team, and more projects come in when you're developing this ecosystem for the developers, creating the world that everyone can love it and use it, ecosystems that everyone could use, and flexibility and decentralized systems such that there is no anyone who is lack of privacy, and your features to be built by artificial intelligence, new models, and everything will be at your fingertips, your pocket, in your laptop, in your workspace, in your workstation, in your television, in your cooker, in anything, even in your car, everything. So welcome to the Neuron Innovation Network, and I am the CEO or the founder of the Neuron Innovation Network, a solo founder, and I'm also looking for the co-founders. Mainly, I'm going to be knowing when I want some co-founders. So if you want to become a co-founder, or if you want to join me in making this groundbreaking startup as a co-founder, because right now we are not looking for the investors, we are going to first create them with minimum variable products that we can present to the investors, that they can help us and invest the money in this project and also in this project, because it's a big project. I promise you, it is not something which you see right now. It's a big project because I am starting from the backbone. I'm not going to build on something. I'm going to start the foundation to build something strong, which means that anything which is going to come out, it's a big foundation. So I'm going to first warn everyone who's there Neuron Innovation Network is not going to be a big company in 5 years or 10 years. Mainly, as I have a plan or roadmap for this project, it is a 20-year project to develop. I repeat this, and I want you to make it clear for the investors or anyone who enters this company mainly to develop. It is a 20-year company to develop. You may ask, why am I giving the years to you? I am planning to do everything like in simple phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6. But every phase will create an impact to the customers, such that the customers can help us to people to fix the things. So if we create a phase 1 and the customers like it, and create phase 2, they don't like some features, which means we need to first change those features. The customers that they may like the product, that we can go to the other product, because a product which we make first is a product which we are going to use the products we are going to make next. Which means that it's not like we're going to be building, going. No, we are going to be building, fixing, rebuilding, fixing, rebuilding. That's how we are going to be making these projects in the Remiel programming team. We're going to be making it. So anyone who's going to be a co-founder mainly is going to be joining the Remiel Innovation team. And there are some agreements, so the documents will be signing, and some of the undisclosed agreement, the trademarks, what. We are going to be signing also your projects. And anyone, a co-founder who has an idea, that you also have your own idea which you want to give life, you can also share it, because we find that joining this and be a great thing for you, because also need to find the idea. It was not a good thing, they are spending years. And also, as I got a small idea, I expanded it to a big ecosystem which you will see in the future. And I hope it will be that in 2045, the Neuron Innovation Network, it will be known at least in 40% of the world will be knowing it, and in 2050 it will go to 60%. Mainly that is like what we call the explanations. But even I hope that in the first versions of right now, 100% of the world knows me when I create the Remiel programming language. And knowing me is like you are knowing what we call the Neuron Innovation Network, Neuron Innovation team, because we work as a team, doing everything from scratch to make anything that it is unique, like something which we fix the things or the other developers may fix. We start from scratch so that we can give the user a product that is well fixed from scratch, fixing from others what they did fix from what they made from the start. Thank you for visiting your Innovation Network channel, and hoping for updates on our channels. See you in the next video. I remain Remiel Halliday, CEO, founder of the Neuron Innovation Network.